So by popular demand, we're going to talk about 5 characters that I do not want to see in Team Sonic Racing. Who are those 5 characters? Let's find out right now. Hello there, beautiful human. My name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel where I cover and play your favorite games. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what 5 characters I don't want to see appear in Team Sonic Racing. And to be honest, all 5 of these characters probably aren't going to appear because we already have 14 of the characters reviewed and it's none of these characters. I kind of doubt that any of them would actually be that chosen one, but if one of them is, then I'm just gonna like throw out my game once I get it. I'm gonna buy it for $40 and I'm just gonna throw it out the window because I hate Sega. If that were to happen, of course. But shout out to Darky and Rockin' Sonic Fan for asking me to make this video. I'm gonna follow up with the request. I kind of saw this coming after I made the stages I don't want video, which you can check out in the top right corner if you wanted to go see that. But yes, if there's one thing the Sonic series is known for, you know, besides its rocky like game quality, you know, issues, it's big cast of characters, you know. I don't know how many of you were around like during the adventure days, but so many people complain about the big size of Sonic's cast. Like it was kind of at a point where like every game that was coming out had a brand new Sonic character introduced, and that isn't really happening nowadays. I mean, we still have new characters introduced every now and then, but not nearly as much as we used to. So of course there's a lot of new characters that came out in the Sonic series throughout the years, and there's a lot of good ones, but there's also a lot of bad ones. So these are the 5 characters that I don't want to see in this game. So before we get started, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these and want to see more in the future. Go ahead, follow me on Twitter at RidersDX or join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. But yes, let's go into my list. So at number 5 on my list is E102 Gamma from the Sonic Adventure game, you know, the first one. I was about to say the Sonic Adventure games, but he doesn't actually appear in Sonic Adventure 2, so ignore that. Anyway, I think it's pretty obvious why I don't want to see E102 Gamma in this game. He's basically a discount version of E123 Omega. Especially if you look at them side to side, it's pretty clear that E123 Omega is like an updated version of E102 Gamma. I mean, the same color schemes, but like obviously Omega is a lot more buff, like woohoo! I mean, honestly, like, E102 Gamma really just looks like a discount version of Omega. And it's not like I hate Gamma. I mean, actually, I think his story was really endearing and very powerful in the original Sonic Adventure. But the problem is his story was like a more on a darker side, which doesn't really fit the tone of Team Sonic Racing. And also, Gamma himself doesn't really have a personality. I mean, his personality is very like monotonish, you know, almost like an actual robot. He's like an actual robot. He's basically just a robot with a little heart that like Amy was able to drive out of him. But that doesn't really make for like a good character in a racing game, because in a racing game, especially in Team Sonic Racing, you need really good like liners to be shouting at other players and all that, and Gamma just would not have the personality to back that role up. So I really don't want to see Gamma in this game, but I really don't think we're going to see him, especially since we already have like the bigger and better version of him in the game. At number 4, I might actually get a little bit of flack of this because I know that this character actually has a bit of a fan base, and I honestly don't understand why. I don't understand why, but I don't want to see Methyl in this game. I'm sorry y'all, but I think Methyl is cringy and try hard and just not a good character overall. He's basically like a rip-off Shadow, and that's what he literally is in Sonic 06, is a rip-off Shadow. I think that's just funny. Like, not only did he mimic the image of Shadow, but he also basically tried to mimic his personality, basically tried to be Shadow in Sonic Adventure 2, except full-on evil, like no sense of remorse or goodness inside of him, just full-on evil. And I don't know, I just think that Methyl was just very cringy in the original game. I mean, I will say that his design is kind of cool. Like, I know I said that he was like a rip-off Shadow, but when he took on his final form with like those little I don't know what to call it, he just looks, I guess, furrier, but not really furry, because I know that's not actually fur, but I can't describe things. I'm just gonna put a picture here so y'all can kind of see what I'm trying to talk about. His final design in the game is pretty cool actually. I'm not gonna lie, I do like it, but I just think that personality wise, Methyl doesn't really bring much to the table that Shadow and other villains already bring to the table. I really don't want to see Methyl, and I'm sorry if I upset any fans, but I really don't see any redeeming qualities in him besides like his design. Oh, and this scene, I guess. At number 3, I've got Storm the Albatross from the Sonic Riders games. So I actually mentioned Jet as a character that I would want to see in Team Sonic Racing in the previous video that I did about what characters I would want to see in the game. I'll link that video in the top right corner of this video right now so you can take a look at it. But I do see the redeeming qualities in Jet. I feel like Jet was the most developed character out of the Babylon Rogues, but that just meant that Storm really like suffered the consequences as a result. He's basically like Knuckles, but all the bad qualities of him that make people not like him today. So they basically took all of Knuckles' bad qualities and made him Storm the Albatross. Like, Storm is just an idiot. He's just an idiot. He's not even a funny idiot. He's just an idiot. The thing about it is that like he comes off as tough, but then when he goes to Jet and like fails to do something that Jet wants him to do, he all of a sudden acts like this really cringe-worthy baby that, you know, every time I would watch Storm in cutscenes in Sonic Riders, I just cringed. Like, this is a horrible excuse for a creature. I'm sorry. It's just a horrible excuse for an adult. Storm is just such a doofus and an idiot and a loser. It's like no redeeming qualities about Storm at all. If I was placed in a room with Storm, I would want him to leave as soon as possible. Okay, at number 2, the character that I don't want to see at number 2 is Zavik from Sonic Lost World. And actually, there's kind of a chance I feel like Zavik could be in Team Sonic Racing because there's one more spot, okay? There's one more spot in Team Sonic Racing, and we already have Metal Sonic as speed, Eggman as technique, or power. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume Eggman's technique because that suits his personality more. So we probably need one more power character in Team Sonic Racing, and Zavik could very well fill the role for that character. And I don't want to see Zavik in this game at all. Like, it's kind of similar to how I feel about Methyl, except it's way worse than Zavik. I feel like Zavik is an even worse enemy than Methyl. Like, it's not that like Zavik is annoying, he's just like there. Like, there's nothing about him that really screams like, oh, this is a really cool enemy, I like this guy, I want to see him come back, you know? There's just nothing about him that makes me want to say that. I mean, it's more so like, at least Methyl could be entertaining at times. Zavik is just like there. Like, he's literally just something that I could clip onto a wall and I would never notice it if I walked in and out of a room every single day. Like, he's just there. There's nothing about him that's redeemable. There's nothing about him that's memorable. He would be a complete waste, especially in a game that only has 15 characters in it. So I definitely don't want to see Zavik back. I mean, Sonic Lost World in general was forgettable, so maybe that factored into it. But Zavik is just such a forgettable villain. At least the other people in the Deadly 6, I think it's Deadly 6. At least the other people in the Deadly 6 had like different personalities to them that made them stand out. Zavik literally just has like nothing that makes him stand out in the crowd. Like, absolutely nothing. Okay, at number 1, the one character that I do not want to see in this game the most out of anyone in my list. I feel like some of you might have figured this out at this point, but the one character that I do not want to see in this game is Wave the Swallow. So much like Storm, like, I feel like Jet was the most developed character in the Babylon Rogues, and that didn't really leave a lot for Wave and Storm as a result. But Wave is just so goddamn annoying. Every time she would come into a scene in Sonic Riders, she just annoyed the hell out of me. I mean, it's not like, you know, with Storm, he was kind of like a dork and just kind of stupid. Wave literally made me angry. Just like the way that she like trashed. I remember the first time I saw her in Sonic Riders in a cutscene. So we had like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy meeting up in like the Splash Valley zone. I don't know if that's the name of the track or not. And then Wave comes by and takes a look at Tails' gear and basically insults him in front of his face and in front of his friend. But no, Wave the Swallow is just a mean-spirited person. And you know what? She's not even mean in like a badass way. She's just mean in a really horrible way. I mean, later on in Sonic Riders, she actually like booby-trapped Sonic's gear and made it explode so that Jet would win the race, which I don't know how no one questioned why Sonic's gear all of a sudden exploded right before the finish line. But that's a whole nother topic for another video. But anyway, so Wave is not only a disgusting person, but she's trashy also in like what she actually does. She's disgusting in the way that she talks, and she's trashy in what she does. And she talks like she's better than everyone else, and she's just like one of the most stuck up and selfish and most like disgusting characters in the Sonic series. And I don't know, I feel like I'm being really harsh on her, but out of all the characters that I've listed so far, she's the character that has the least redeeming qualities in the series. There's absolutely nothing I can think about her that I like. She doesn't even have a good design. Wave is just a disgusting and detestable character, and yeah, I'm being really judgmental, but if she were somehow to be the 15th character in this game, like I kind of just give up on Sega. I kind of just give up. They're clearly throwing in the towel. But okay, so that was more of a rant than I expected it to be. I guess that's what happens when you talk about things you don't like. But I hope you all enjoyed that video. If y'all have any more ideas for videos you want me to make, then let me know in the comment section below, and I'll definitely take your idea into consideration and maybe make a video about it. And please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, you want to see more in the future. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at RidersDX, or join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. But yes, that is everything. RidersDX is out. Bye-bye.